Ljudet av där. Yes. Ja, vi kör väl bara direkt. Nu, vi minns i alla fall vad som har hänt, så det är ju bara att köra. Vi ska till Drew Studio nu antar jag, för de här två öppnade sig upp sig, va?
Ja, det går det. Vi letar efter en connection mellan Apollo och Thalyssa.
Thalicia. Ja, precis.
Jag vet inte vad fan hon heter. Ja, nu är det din tur att göra, för nu är vi i det 13.
Ja, men what do we have here?
Remember me?
Nej, det där är också Remember Me. Of course I remember you. Journalist meets ex-attorney in bar, end quote. Can I ask you what you're doing here? Mr. Misham was poisoned and his daughters... Oh yes, I know. Oh, I know, yes. Va?
Är det han som är mördaren ändå?
Kanske. För vad gör han här?
Ja.
It's caused me no end of grief, to be honest. Eftersom han var ändå vän med Zack. Och han kanske vill hämnas. Journalist wishes he'd track down case just a little quicker, end quote. Were you on the trial of this case the whole time? Zack Ramrey was a good friend. Zack said something to that effect back at the Borscht Bowl Club. What a character, what a man! If a little, no. A lot, no. Extremely rough around the edges. Do you think I could ask you a few questions? Nu ser det ut som, vad gör han nu? Håller han sig för tuttarna?
Nej, jag vet inte, jag fattar inte riktigt den här posen. Han gör en gang sign typ.
Ja, det också.
Wu-Tang forever.
Nej, det ser ut som Westside om du tittar på fingrarna. Det är så här, ser ut som ett W.
Ja, men Wu-Tang är också ett W.
Ja. Oh, you're serious? I mean, I'm usually the interviewer, not the interviewee. Journalist asks question, not the other way around, end quote. Okay. Fine, shoot, I don't care. People have been asking all sorts of things lately. It was tragic what happened to Drew Misham and his daughter. Forgery is a serious crime and they pay the price. You know what really did them in though, don't you? Yes, a forged diary page. The night I interviewed him, I found out something about Mr. Mission I hadn't known. What's that? You know, he always felt like he was being watched. Every day for 7 years. Walls have ears, potatoes have eyes, end quote. Being watched, do you mean he felt guilty? No, I'm not talking about feelings here. You know, I felt watched too. Nu gör han den där igen. The whole time I've been on this case, no less. Journalist gets tingling sensation back of neck. Freaks out, end quote. Because you felt guilty? Why would I feel guilty? You felt like you were being watched, huh? I wonder what it all means. Oh, paranoia. Drew Misham felt like he was being watched. And you along with him. You sure it wasn't just nerves? Nerves, no. It's nothing so mundane. I stopped paying attention to my nerves a long time ago. Tjenare Kål. Hur är läget idag? But I felt it too. Journalist sure is being watched, end quote. Don't you wonder why Zack Ramrey got rubbed out after 7 years? Right after coming into contact with me? He completely vanished from the courtroom. Then for 7 years he talked to no one, not a soul. Then, just as the remaining time was almost up, he contacted me in order to have this made. Ja, men de måste Valant vara inblandad, för Valant vill ju verkligen ha de här hemligheterna, magiska hemligheterna, eller hur?
Ja.
Och Valant kanske vet om att Zack skulle få rättigheterna.
Ja. Det känns ju som att han borde ha i alla fall funderat på det.
Mhm. And then he dies. If he dies, he dies. Starting to put a piece together, are we? And you were being watched this whole time? Maybe not just me. Maybe you were too. Me?
Det kunde verkligen inte gå en hel Apollo Justice-spel utan att man spelar som Phoenix.
Nope. De ville leva tillbaka i den här underbara världen med Phoenix som en attorney, vet du.
Ja.
I met Zack through that case actually. You mean the shooting magnified Grammar? No, before that. Oh, är det frugan då eller? It's not widely known. You mean the accident during the quick draw shoot 'em practice? My, you're well informed. You should have seen me back then. I dug up quite the scoop. I wanted it all. Money, fame, women, a little puppy, all for me. I was younger then, and my days and nights smelled of fresher mint than they do now, okay?
Han såg exakt likadant.
Ja. Well, and Grammar did mention one particularly nosy reporter. In fact, I was on close speaking terms with Magnified Grammar at the time. I knew his daughter too, of course. Thalassa, was it? Really? Then Thalassa disappeared quite suddenly at that. And Magnify wouldn't say a word about it. Yeah, my will habit got the better of me. Journalists catch a scent of a scoop, goes on feeding frenzy, end quote. I set up a one-on-one interview with Thalassa's husband, see? Zack Gramry. Something strange was in the air over the troop Gramry in those days. The whole screwy mentor controlling disciple scene started by then, I'm guessing. Thalassa, she was part of it all, right? Come on, you can tell me off the record. Säger den och skriver på sin arm.
Ja.
Sorry, I don't know. Anyway, I kept prying and eventually became friends with Zack. Sure, he punched me once or twice or 5 times. But over time he came to see me as a confidant. Kan vi inte få prata om frugan istället?
Du vill inte ha mer Cyclops.
Jo då, det kommer komma. He's been waiting this whole time, several years, eh? Waiting? For his big comeback, of course. A big revival of the Magnify Miracle. Of course, it was all a dream. Because of this. The performance rights. In the absence of any official documents, he was golden. Who's to say the old man didn't give his rights to Zack and Valant? So Valant waited until Zack died, legally at least. Ja, det kan det ju vara att båda har rättigheterna. The time finally comes and Valant's like a kid on Christmas morning. He's getting ready for his show at the Sunshine Colosseum, you know. Ja, just det var det andra stället som öppnades ju. If that document sees the legal light of day, it's going to put a bit of a damper on the big show. He's a sorry one, that Valant Gramry. Lost out to his partner at work, and in love too. Love? It's the same old story really. Ja, båda var kär i henne. 2 disciples and their mentor's only daughter. What are 3 sides and all of them pointy? A love triangle. Såklart. That is pretty classic. When you're in a performing troupe, what's your world? It's like family. One with an entire high school's worth of drama, intrigue and backstabbing. And in the middle of all this, Thalassa has Trucy. And then she dies. I need to find out more about this Thalassa. Kan vi...
Ska vi börja presenta någonting?
Vi kan ta den först. Nej. Loud and clear. What's the angle? Men då testar vi det där halsband då, för det hade väl bilden på Thalassa om jag inte missminner mig.
Jo.
Förresten, på tal om missminnas i saker. Hur jävla otur kan inte den där kvinnan ha i Ghost Trick dör 3 gånger på en och samma kväll?
Det var någon som ville bli av med henne.
Obviously.
Universum kanske.
Kan vara. Mr. Brushel, do you know this person? Do I know that person? Of course. I was friends with Zack after all. He hit me a few times, 5 times actually. But still, I'd never forget his wife. Thalassa Gramrai. Magnify Gramrai's only daughter. Do you think you could tell me more about her? Well, why the heck not?
Okej, well that was easy.
Det var väldigt enkelt. Okej, det funkar inte.
Var det Mr. Hat?
Nej, det var inte Mr. Hat. Det var frimärket.
Jag vill att han ska berätta mer om Mr. Hat.
Ja, vi kan testa. Jo. Men jag ska kolla dagboken också.
Sure, man.
Mr. Hat är ju den bästa karaktären än så länge.
Ja, man borde ha ett eget portrecord.
Ja, men första gången när hon drar den där. Jag kunde ju inte sluta garva. Det var ju så jäkla roligt. Alltså det var oväntat.
Det var väldigt oväntat.
Okej, right. Då pratar vi väl om Thalassa, hoppas jag. Yes! So, Thalassa's married Zack and had Trucy, see? It was her second marriage, actually. You mean she was divorced? I hadn't heard this one before. Not quite. Her late husband was a performer too. Apparently he died during some gig. Tragic, really. They only had been married for only a year. I didn't know.
Det är Apollos pappa då.
Ah, but she was a beauty. I still carry a portrait photo of her around, you know? Åh! Ser du vad jag ser?
Ja, jag vet inte om jag gillar.
Såg du vad jag såg?
Alla säger att vi får den där bilden nu.
I've known Trucy since she was a little thing too. She got a better deal, really. She got you for her family after all. What do you mean? Just reminiscing, you know. Thalassa has another child besides Trucy. End quote.
Ja, tack.
What? Så att vi gissade på Apollo i början var ju bara ren jävla tur med andra ord. För det är nu du ska få reda på det.
Det är han som har mystiska krafter.
Ja, jo. Ja, vi får se om vi får den där bilden, får vi se om du kan pinpointa det jag såg. But Trucy said she was the only child. Ah, yes. This one she had with her previous husband. Her previous husband? Her first husband who died during a performance? Yep, they had themselves a kid.
Det här anledningen till att det måste vara Phoenix, för Apollo hade ju obviously vetat det här.
Det kan man tycka. Another orphan now. Jag vet inte om... vad fan sa Apollo sa att han kom ifrån?
Har han sagt det?
Det kanske han inte har. That's another one who slipped through the cracks. No idea where they are now. Thalassa had another child. Do you think I could borrow that photo? Yes! Sure! I can be generous on occasion, you know. Okej.
Ja, jag såg, vad heter det, armbandet.
Bra. Inte armbandet, armbanden till och med. I won't need this locket anymore.
Men vad har den andra då? Det är det nästa grej vi ska leta upp.
Ja, men det kanske hon Lamrar har. Better return it to Trucy before I forget. People and events all get tangled together and get bigger, bigger, bigger. Don't you think? I was too busy wondering about bigger to listen to what you were saying. Sometimes you gotta accept that you won't be able to untangle it all, I think. Maybe so, but still. I have to do what I can. And I have to tell what I found to those who come next. Next, you say? I'm not the one who will close the curtain on this little play. Apparently that's not my role anymore. Magnify. I was just wondering what Magnify would think of all this. What do you mean? Haven't you seen it in Trucy? She got this power. Ja, nu börjar jag snacka om det också. Bara för referens. De här armbanden har ju, eller ett av dem har ju Apollo på sig. Ja. Så nu kanske vi kan gå till Valant. You mean how I can't lie to Trucy? It was the same with Magnify and with his daughter, Thalassa. It's a strange thing. You think it's some grammar gene? Så det här är ju den nya Mia Maja. Så istället för spöken så kan man inte ljuga. Magnify told me once, back when Zack married Thalassa. He said Zack had good eyes. But not good like Grammy's eyes, not that good. I wonder if Zack ever played a game of poker with his wife. Who knows what the Grammar secret was? Maybe nobody, now that Zack's gone. Zack Grammar. Är vi färdiga här nu? The plot has finally begun to reveal itself. It sprouted from a warp in the Grammar fabric and grew, swallowing everything, wrapping itself around the Grammar's power. A power which passed from magnified Grammar to Thalassa to the next generation. Undrar vem som är Apollos farsa då?
Gammal.
Inte gammal, han var en performancer.
Han är en performer, det har du sett.
Ja, i och för sig. Han kan ju breakdansa som satan i alla fall. You know, and I would once again need to meet the one who bridged it all together. Dramatiskt. Okej, den är färdig nu. Men nu vill vi...
Vi kan väl gå till Sunshine Colosseum lika gärna.
Ja, men varför då? Nu när vi har en pusselbit
men
här.
Ja, men han har ju 2 locks till. Jag tror inte vi kommer behöva något för dem eller?
Ja, men han... Just det, ju, han borde ju vara här, ja. Han är ju i... vet du det? Han är ju i... Vet du det? Detention Center in the past.
Nu får du prata med mig själv igen.
Du tycker inte att jag pratar tillräckligt? Well, this...
Jag kan ta tidning.
Well, this is a blast from the distant past.
Long time no see, Mr. Valant.
7 years has it been. Men nu tänker jag, borde man inte presentera den här för honom, den du har tjatat om?
Testamentet.
Va?
Det är nog inte relevant.
Nej, inte alls.
Vi har den bara där för att.
Bara för att. Frankly, I didn't think I'd ever see you again.
Actually, I came because there's something I want to ask you.
I've spoken to the press. I've got nothing more to say.
I've spoken to a lot of people myself and come to the same conclusions. But then I realized I needed to hear it from you.
Nej, nu tänker jag presentera den där igen, för du har ju tjatat om det. Vad fan vill den inte för? Så. Nej, han bryr sig inte ett skit. Nej, det är ju bara för Trucy, tänker jag. Nej, okej. Är det någonting vi kan presentera här då? Den? Nej. Den? Nej. Ja, fuck it, då pratar vi då. Jaha, det var bara en. I have walked a difficult road these past 7 years.
Because you couldn't perform Magnify's repertoire.
Do not be deceived. Valant's skill is the real deal. I do not require my mentor's hand-me-downs. Nej, men inte de man ska använda nu ikväll. För sin revival. No, it was my partner who slowed me on my way.
Grammar.
His rather well performed disappearing act 7 years ago was the end. Or so I thought.
Zack Grammar murdered our mentor and fled to escape punishment for his crime. You said something to that effect 7 years ago, didn't you?
I remember it as it were only yesterday. Yet, that was not the way of it in the end. For a while he vanished. The suspicions upon my own person never did. His partner Zack vanished to protect him. That's what those thieving magpies of a press said.
idea.
Yet that very same press comes to me now, feigning interests. They cover the greatest magic show in history as if it were a vaudevillian distraction. And here must I stand smiling at them all. What am I if not a player in some fiendish farce?
Might have suggested because you never made it clear what happened.
Mm-hmm.
Nightmare's death is still a mystery to this day. Fuck you.
Ja, fixar det där.
Viewers, just
Tack.
bands.
Best bands, ja.
Which is why I came here to get the answer from you.
Ja. Ännu mer Cyclops.
Såklart. Nu är det fast bara 2. Seeing this sooner or later.
The audience have no business stepping upon the stage. They must be content to sit and stare at the spotlight.
That sounds an awful lot like something I heard 7 years ago.
Vi kan ju testa den och se vad han säger i alla fall. Det skadar ju inte, tänker jag. Så. Magnifies death. Ask what you will, you'll get nothing from me.
I must march a part of this face you are now.
Jävlar vad högt du pratar nu.
I don't know what happened. Ja, men de går in i en musikalisk duell här.
Ja, det är klart. For 7 long years I have...
Sing.
I have endured. Now finally the...
On at last. We got a plane.
Ja, men om du ska sjunga sådär mörkt, då måste det ju gå lika ut som Kajafas, vet du.
Gentlemen, we need a more permanent solution to our problem.
Ja, nästan. Bara det att när han sjunger så vibrerar hela golvet även om man har hörlurar på sig. Now finally the curtain lifts on my new golden age. All the miracles of our troop within my grasp.
Sorry to do this, Varan. But right now I need an answer. I think I'll start by dropping a bomb. Okej,
nu är det testamentet.
I wouldn't be so sure about those miracles. As long as I have this.
Ja, nu får du äntligen använda det. And what might that be? I see it bears the Grammar seal.
Should have brought this to your attention sooner. I didn't imagine you'd be planning your comeback quite so fast.
What is this?
Document showing the true recipient of the performance rights to magnify its miracles.
What? Zack Grammar? He wrote this? Men sånt är han nyss att han inte bryr sig om en gammal repertoar. Han behöver ju inte det. What? He passed everything to his daughter?
True Enigma actually, she's obviously my daughter these days.
Preposterous. Zack is gone. Vanished into the void.
This is in an article. Zack was alive when he wrote this. Both myself and the notary can testify to this.
Ja. Det var en. Why? Why does fate toy with me so? Why must my life be lived in thrall to the dead?
You're not the only one with that problem.
But he shot Magnify. Yes, it was Zack. It was. And then he left and my career as a magician fell into darkness. Men du sa ju att du inte behöver ha honom. Han var ju så lat.
Kan ändra sig. Did you think there might be some way? Did you think there might be some way out of it? Say we could prove Zack Grammar shot Magnify? Was that why you testified?
Testify. Yes, my way out. It should have been my way out.
Well, it might not be too late, Mr. Valant. All you need is a way to prove your case.
Who really killed Michael Graham, right? Är det de här två då eller?
Kunde du inte presentera någon person?
Nej, ingen person nu.
Okej, då kommer vi inte vidare här nu.
Och det kan ju inte vara hon. Hon är ju... Nej, inte död men... Ja, det var Mr. Hat.
Det kan vara hon, I guess. Ja, det var The Amazing Mr. Hat!
Ja, precis.
I knew it. Jävla trusigt.
Den kan ju hjälpa. Men får jag bara testa den där? Eftersom det är det jag hävdat eftersom han kom se sist. Nej, okej. Here is an idiot, okej. Ja, den var ganska bra. Men kan han ha skjutit sig själv då?
Okej, vi har ingen bevis för det än ändå.
Vad är det? Signed confession. Okej, du ser det här. Even if it's a fake, sa han då? By producer signed this confession even if the confession is a fake. Okej, så vi ska få hjälp av... vad heter hon? Vera. Och då kanske det är till och med att man ska hävda att det är Zack som dödar honom för att han ska få honom att erkänna kanske.
Maybe.
Men då hoppar vi till... tillbaka till framtiden.
Jag är bra på att fejka det, så...
Ja, tydligen. Han fejkar ju genom hela, vad är det, 12 jävla, eller 13 case. Vad fan? Du ser, vi var ju färdiga med honom.
Ja, men inte i The Borscht Bowl Club.
Nej, men det är ju Zack.
No, right. Jag blandar ihop. Den här är ju den vi ska göra nu, antar jag. Och så ska vi peka på The Bracelets.
Ja, men det var det jag tänkte att jag sa ju att Velant gjorde vi väl klart igår. Du sa nej, det var Zack. Jag kan inte blanda ihop de två.
Det är klart jag kan.
En är död, en lever.
Båda har hatt.
Båda är magiker. Det var den va? Ja. Och sen var det Apollo. Och sen måste det vara bilden på morsan.
Ja, annars vet jag inte. Då är vi fast igen.
Ja. Men det är ändå logiska förklaringen tänker jag. Eftersom han vill ju ha kopplingen mellan Apollo och Thalassa. Apollo. Håll tummarna nu. Och det var det jag försökte säga hela tiden det går. Ja, ring. Men ja.
Actually, I know something. You married to Thalassa was your second.
How did you know this?
Her first husband, he died a year after they were wed, yes?
He was a performer. They met when he joined us Gramrise as a guest in our show. After Thalassa wed him, she left the troupe for a while. And you say she had a child then?
I have a photograph of her here.
Look at this photograph.
Jag bara funderar på... Ja, den bild... För det där är ju samma bild som är i halsbandet, men den...
Ja, det kan vi inte se längre för den blev...
Jaha, den försvann.
Ja, han skulle ge tillbaka till trusen. Nej, där såg man ju bara huvudet.
Ja. Couldn't have noticed what I was wearing when I first saw this. Those bracelets stand out.
They are a Gramry family heirloom. Ja, du ser.
This boy wears a bracelet just like the one in the picture.
What? So, that's why.
Why what, Mr. Tack?
I took this photograph of Thalassa before she left us.
Det irriterar mig att det här inte är in the present.
Varför
Det är
då?
förvirrande för det här är ju the half past. Men
Ja,
det står att det är the future.
the future.
Men för det här hände...
Det här har ju hänt
Det
redan.
här, Men är det då...
För det här hände ju under första caset. Och då kommer jag...
Men i Drew Studio nu, det måste väl vara efter... Är det samtidigt som fjärde caset händer?
Ja,
Eller det är också samtidigt som första caset är?
nej, det måste vara samt som fjärde caset eftersom...
Ja, eller hur?
Eftersom-
Så då är vi inte i samma
Loop, nej.
tidsperspektiv.
Nej. För Brushel sa ju att han önskade att han hade luktat sig till den här scoopen tidigare.
Ja,
Och då måste ju Drew vara död, tänker jag.
så vi teleporterar oss i tiden fast de säger samtidigt att allting är present. Så allting händer samtidigt fast det är inte samtidigt i tiden.
Ska jag citera en vis man som sa någonting till mig när jag spelade Zero Time Dilemma? Och Virtual Last Reward tänker inte så mycket.
Nej, men det är irriterande för jag blir förvirrad när... För du sa ju förut, ja men en av Zack är ju död. Men jag bara, men vi pratar med honom. Han är inte död, fast han är ju död.
Ja.
Eller kanske inte, det är ju Shady Smith som är död.
Precis, Shady Smith dör ju efter den här konversationen med Felix.
Ja, så Zack kan ju vara lik.
Ja, kanske. When she returned, she wore only one bracelet.
But I know where that other one went.
She gave it to this boy, her son.
Ja.
Oh! Oh!
Oh!
2 stycken på raken. Nice.
Ägd.
Ägd. Gramrai Secret. Nu jävlar. This strange power I myself do not know from where it comes. Yet the fact is that it is passed down the Gramrai line. It runs in their veins.
What is it?
I asked her Thalassa once. This is what she told me. Her power responds to tension in others.
Tension?
If she were to face a person and they become tense, even slightly, then she would know, no matter how hard they tried to hide it from her. Ja, men det är ju det som Apollo säger också.
So you should see it.
Not quite. This is the strange part of it all. She wouldn't realize that she was subconsciously detecting this tension without the use of a particular object, or in her case objects. Det är ju...
Objects? Wait, were they something she wore?
Ja, yes. Her bracelets.
And the first time I saw one of those I felt there was more to it than just fashion. But what kind of power could a bracelet have?
I made a decision. I will tell you all I know. Consider it a gift. Och jävlar!
Okay.
Nu händer det saker här.
Well, I hardly need you to tell me at this point, but those two...
Or brother and sisters, yes. Nej, half brother, half sisters. Kom igen, de har bara samma morsa. And the brother too has this power of theirs.
So Truce has an older brother. I wonder what will come of that.
Mr. Wright. Tonight, after our game is done, I will return to a life of hiding. Det sa han ju förut också. I will not see her live her life without knowing.
I understand. I'll tell the two of them when the time is right.
I am in your debt once again.
No shidding. What I want to know is how all this got to be so messed up.
Those bracelets are made of special alloy. It is said to expand and shrink very slightly in response to body warmth.
Are the temperature sensitive or something?
Yes. This is how they can shrink to the exact size of their wearer's wrist. Okay.
And this is something to do with power?
What have I told you? The Gramrai power reacts to tension in others. Ja, det har han redan sagt. When a Gramrai senses tension, they too become tense. And this tension translates into minute contractions of the muscles. So that they cannot sense it on their own.
So your muscles. Oh, so that's what the bracelets are for. Minute tror jag det heter.
Vad sa du nu? Minut?
Minute, inte minne.
Jaha, minute.
Det du läste för. Ja, jag tror det.
With a bracelet on, one can sense their contractions.
Såg du? Jag såg nu att han spambotten.
Ja.
Sidan heter fan Gonta Express.
Gonta Express? Nej!
Gonta no!
No Gonta! Din lilla jävel!
Ja.
Fy fan. Jag visste att den jäveln skulle komma och haunt me.
Mhm.
Eller,
Han är ju mördare då.
eller Gonta. Säger man Gonta? Gonta?
Gonta no hurt people.
Ja, men han är ju ingen mördare per se. Han är ju bara lättlurad. Jag gillar Gonta. Han var snäll.
Ja.
Because the bracelet is always a perfect fit.
So when the person they're watching gets tense, the bracelet feels tight from their wrist.
Då kan jag tänka mig vad Apollo använde den där till när han var tonåring i alla fall.
Ja.
Precisely. Like a cock ring.
No, you didn't have to say that. But that alone doesn't really count as mind reading.
Jo då, det är roligt om man säger det. I believe I
Det
understand.
borde jag förklara skämt.
Ja, det är klart där. I believe I understand how the process works from there. It's a simple question of eyesight.
Eyesight.
Ja, men det förklarar ju sen det här med, vad fan heter det att han gör? När han fokuserar och kollar på deras tics.
Yes, that sounds simple enough.
Vad säger inte preservere? Någonting på PR i alla fall. Perceive kanske? Nej, perceive.
Perceive står det då nu.
Have you ever heard of kinetic? Det borde väl vara kinetic vision?
Kinetica. Something about the ability to see moving objects with full clarity, right? I've heard of it before. They say athletes can see a moving ball like it was stopped if they focus.
Oh, but this is not confined to sports alone. Ja, tack själv Cole. Fortsätter du spela efter det eller? It all relies on the ability to focus. When we focus we can see many things. The faintest twitch of the face and the meaning that lies behind it. Therein lies one of the secrets of magic. One must know the mind of a crowd before one may distract it.
So basically what you're saying is... Wait. The grandmas can see really well?
Och då can see really well. Vad är det för jävla förklaring? For them seeing is more than believing, it is knowing. Their power relies on eyesight combined with exceptional focus.
Things are starting to come into focus for me too.
Of course it is difficult to maintain such levels of focus for any length of time. But what if someone could tell you when to focus?
Or something.
Precisely.
But wait. Druzy doesn't have any bracelets.
You're talking about poker, yes. The timing of when to focus is so elementary, she probably does it without thinking. I don't Druzy herself has realized this. That is all I know of the things Graham Rye.
Thank you, Mr. Sack.
If this boy's bracelet is the real thing, then he would use it before long. Thereby awaken his power.
I'll keep that in mind. Well, shall we play a game?
Har det blivit så nu också? I like to play a game. I've said so much. Let me say one more thing. I will tell you of that night. Oh!
That
Ja,
night?
Magnify. The night my mentor Magnify Graham Rye passed from this world to the next. There were 2 pistols and 2 letters sent. This was Magnify's test.
Test?
In his last years, Magnify Gramrai worked us to the bone. No, to the pain. But that night I could not shoot him, so I shot the clown's forehead instead. Bam. This, it seems, was the correct answer. Take this, I'll give my art to you, Zack. What? It is thanks for playing along with my show. You shot well tonight, Zack. I thought I would not have minded dying by your hand. How could I shoot you? You're my mentor. Bah! I thought you might say that. If I went home without shooting anything, what would you have done then? Then, of course, I would have given Valant his chance. And if I had shot you in the forehead instead, then it would be over. If your Valant were to shoot me in the head, then I too, the darkness would go and my art with me. A fitting end, don't you think? Du ser.
Så om de skjuter honom så kommer han dö.
Naha. Det tror jag inte. Ja, fan, nej. Who would have thought, va? Yet this ending too gives me no cause for regret. I thank you, Zack. Du, jag har en hypotes eller en förklaring kring tidshoppen, men vi tar det sen när vi ska byta. And I am sorry, I've done much that was wrong in my day.
It seems to me that Magnify wanted you to be a success all along. Ja, enligt hans version av historien.
Ja, precis.
That's why the time he gave you was earlier than Valant's.
Perhaps. But it is not something we will ever know for sure now. I wonder, what is Valant up to these days?
Waiting for you to die. Then when years pass like this, the performance rights go to him.
Ah, now here I am, and his dream is ended.
It's worse than that, actually. Public opinions of you know.
What? You don't mean to tell me they put the blame for our mentor's death on him?
Trial ended when you vanished. Vanished.
Kolla nu när han ger oss ett erkännande här.
There were even rumors that Valant had to pull it off.
Eftersom han försäkrar ju redan död. Han förlorar ju ingenting på att erkänna mordet. But that's madness. Well, it seems that before I can once again disappear from this world, I have one more act to perform. Isn't it odd that sorting out my life should prove so complicated? Even though I'm dead. Oh.
That night, Zack Gramrai was killed. He died as Shady Smith, a mysterious traveler with a secret past. But he left one thing behind before he parted. This. I killed him. Ja. There we have it. Men hur hade då inte Phoenix den här när vi var och pratade om Valant? Om det här redan hade hänt så måste han ju obviously redan haft den här. För vi kan inte använda bevis som inte, av grejer som inte har hänt.
Nej, men det är väl för att vi gör det i fel ordning, antar jag. Vänta lite. För hade vi hoppat till den här platsen som jag ville, då hade vi haft det här när vi pratade med Valant. Men hur ska man veta det egentligen?
This confession to use as a source. Of course it killed no one. This was his way of tying up loose ends with his old partner.
To the slaying till och med. Jävlar. Full trouble. Då är den färdig. Nej men för här i present day. De här två öppnades ju upp. När vi gjorde en viss grej. Så jag antar att det här är en del av framtiden efter mordet på Mission. Och det här är innan. Ja, vänta nu. Ja, det här borde vara ganska simpelt nu va? Jaha visst fan, jag kan inte spola den här skiten. Men då har vi bara Kristoff kvar, eller hur? Efter det här.
Ja. Men den, det är ju inte några riktiga cyclops, så det kanske bara är att man måste ner allt annat innan.
Ja. As long as I have this, det var den där. Okej. Kom igen nu. Nu är vi nära slutet va? Ja, det här. Lås. The problem.
Du ska fylla 7. Jag fyllde 7 när jag gick i 6 år.
Så.
Zach Grammar wrote one more thing before passing on.
But this is a confession.
In which he admits to the killing of Magnified Grammar, right? See? All according to your plan.
I am a magician by trade. Deception is my life work. I fool the audience, give them a fleeting dream. Yet it seems the tables have turned. Now I am the audience, believing in the deceptions I have wrought upon myself.
Zach wrote this right in front of me. After I explained your situation to him.
Alakazoomed! Bam. Ska han erkänna nu att han mördade Magnify? You do know that this confession is nothing but lies.
Yes, it's my opinion that Zach Grammar killed no one.
Then you must be thinking the truth is a simple matter of elimination. Two received instructions to kill, but if one is innocent, then the one who remains is guilty.
That would be the logical conclusion, yes.
So he vanished to protect me, his partner? A stirring tale, 'tis true.
Did you shoot Magnify Grammar in the forehead?
If I had, and I told you, what would you do? Run to the police per chance? Do as you will, there is nothing left for me now. It is true after all. I have little talent. I need my mentor Magnifi's repertoire. It was as if a little demon grabbed hold of me.
I knew it. So Lamp Grammar, I did kill the Great Magnify.
So sorry, Mr. Wright. But it was not I who shot my mentor.
What? But if it wasn't you, then who was it? There wasn't another disciple, was there?
Another disciple, such as...
I don't know. Knack and talent, Grammar, maybe?
What the fuck? Your wild fancies couldn't be further from the truth. Only Zack and Valant received those threatening letters. Varför pratar de om sig själv i tredje person för? But there was another. Ja, ska han säga Truce nu eller? Eller dottern?
Ja, Magnify själv.
Ja. One more person could have fired that pistol that night. I don't suppose you figured it out by now?
You wasn't Zack or Valant who shot Magnify. Then it had to be the only other person at the scene, which means...
No, Magnify.
Wait. You don't mean...
Yes. The great Magnify Grammar himself.
Det var typ en av de första grejerna vi sa.
Ja.
So Magnify Grammar, I committed suicide.
You found it hard to believe?
To be honest, I had even imagined it as a possibility. Kom igen, Phoenix.
When I arrived that night, the old man was still alive.
Det var inte hans case i och för sig.
Nej. Det var ju Apollos, men han har vi inte sett på länge.
Klart.
Men okej, om man nu sköt sig själv, varför har man då tagit insulinsprutan och fyllt på den här påsen? Och tagit ut den här? He appeared to be asleep. I could not shoot him. But when I turned the maid to leave the room, the old man called out to me.
You spoke with Magnify Grammar?
Det är exakt samma bild som när vi pratade med Zack.
Ja.
Yes, and this is why I knew what he had done. Magnify transferred the rights to his repertoire to my partner, Zack Ramrai, not me.
I see.
Och då blev han irriterad och sköt honom i huvudet.
Then I guess I owe you an apology. Always thought you were the one who did it.
You owe me no apology.
Huh?
My crime was, in a way, more serious than that of murder.
What? Var det krime? Is fans Grammar I confessing something to me? Is love?
Kanske.
He stole my heart? What could be more serious than murder?
Men Phoenix ska inte bli kär igen. Han älskar ju Edgeworth.
Men han är försvunnen. It's time to move on.
You see, I knew that 2 letters had been sent. Okay. Så det var han som bad dem skriva, eller? There are no secrets between partners. It was easy to find out. That was when I understood Magnify's plan.
You wanted to die by one of your hands?
Little did I expect it had not anything to do with the rights to his repertoire. That was when I heard it. The little demon whispering inside my heart.
The diamond?
Let me confess, I had intended to shoot Magnify. And I planned on framing my partner for the crime.
What?
That night I prepared something before going to Magnify's hospital room.
Which was?
IV fluid, of course. I had seen it on an earlier visit. If Zack did not shoot, I would do the deed. When I would use the IV liquid to place the murder on his hands. That was my plan.
But you didn't shoot him.
I could not. The demon in my heart fled when the moment came, but then Magnify called me back. I'm sorry, Valant. I give my magic to Zack, not you. You still lack the draw he has. Please, help him if you can. Bästa spelet i serien? Ja, det vet jag fan. Var det tredje spelet? För det var ändå... Där hade du en där hade du Godot som hade en bra prosecutor. Ganska roliga case. Jag tycker att alla spel har ju haft några dåliga case också. Missar jag någonting nu? I left the room. And then I stopped. The shock of what I had just been told consumed me. That is when I heard that fateful gunshot.
Mind by Grammar killing himself.
Men det funkar ju inte. För pistolen ligger ju här. Och hur fan ska han lyckas skjuta? Ja, jag fattar ingenting, men okej. Den!
Och säga vilket som är det bästa spelet.
Jag skulle säga att det finns bra case och dåliga case i alla spel.
Ja.
Then the demon awoke anew within me. Zack killed him, he was the one. Frame him and the magic will be yours. I altered the scene of his suicide. I took the pistol from his hands, wiped off the prints. Then I used the syringe to add IV liquid I brought. Ja, titta nu.
So, in the end things happened pretty much as planned. Dynamite died and you framed Cypher's murder.
As planned indeed. Of course, the outcome was somewhat different than I had anticipated. Well, what do you think? Do you believe my story? Can it be believed truly? Ja, du ser, det är ju att hitta på.
That was 7 years ago. I don't know what to believe, but
Yes?
I'm glad I heard it from you, Mr. Van Ant. Thank you.
It is I who should be thanking you, Mr. Wright. Only when I had lost everything could I make my decision.
You're going to turn yourself in?
My partner may have vanished, but not so my guilt. And as my guilt stays, all else begins to leave me. My friends, my performance rights, my magic. I've had enough of vanishing acts.
Understand.
I thought my life was ruled by a dead man. But I found I was wrong. For Zack Ramray was alive.
Well, not anymore.
And now it occurs to me, what if he was not the only one who survived? Ja, nu menar han morsan, alltså Thalassa.
What do you mean?
You see, now that I think about it, I realize that we never saw proof of her demise.
Yeah.
We never saw her body.
Her?
The mind races and the mouth flaps on. My apologies, forget this matter. Ja, men vi har redan löst att det är hon Lamar.
Ja.
I can only hope that the day will come when I again can meet my partner Zack Ramray. Then I shall apologize for my terrible mistake. I'm glad we had this chance to talk. Thank you. Whew.
Zack Ramray, Shady Smith, whichever name you prefer, is no longer with us. The truth revealed in that trial was only a sliver, and the impenetrable darkness that remained has taken another life. I knew what I had to do, to push back the darkness for good, and it would involve paying that man a visit.
Ja, men nu är det ju Kristoff.
Ja, det är det enda vi kan gå till, så det är inte så mycket, det är inte så mycket att välja på.
Är vi säkra på den? Ja. Men vi landar där och sen så ska jag hämta lite vatten och ta en snabb rökpaus. Åh! Nu händer det någonting. Vad säger den här då? Okej, vi kan köra. Stör du det?
I see. Do you know when he'll be finished? Well, could you go find out? Certainly, sir. Just wait here a moment. My apologies to the guard. But there's something I need to see.
Det där brevet va?
Fast det är bara
Oh.
en bait och det står typ... Ja. Gick du på den lätta Phoenix?
Ja, precis.
Det är det yellow envelope.
Nu, fan det kopplade inte jag sist vi var, men de pratar ju om att de skickar iväg ett Yellow Envelope. Och det är därför i-märket kommer väl vara då på de där 3.
Maybe. And the sender is Drew Mission. I was right.
Just det, precis. Han hade ett gult brev, ja. Det är precis. Men det här var ju några timmar sedan, så det är ju lätt att man har glömt bort det.
That's not so. This is the last letter that Drew Mission wrote. Then there's something I need to do. The last thing I need to do, in fact.
Ja, det ser du.
Here goes.
Frimärket det stämmer ju.
Let's see if this Atroquinine spray finds anything.
Jaha, det är ju här. Ja, hela frimärket är ju...
It's poison!
Vad händer? Jaha, jag måste trycka på examine.
So this was Drew Mission's messenger of death. Was this stamp alright? No mistaking it. And his last letter was sent to Christoph Gavin.
Did your request came like you said it would, and they're looking into the case. I swear on my life I won't tell them about you, so please release the spell you put on my daughter. I'll write later with a report. Gotcha!
Finally, decisive evidence. Mats dessa böglar in jail. Ja, på grund av tyska dialekten. Man kommer inte ihåg det. Gavin. I didn't know you moonlighted in larceny, right? Gavin, there's something I have to ask you. Can I steal your stuff? The answer is no. My apologies, but there's not much I care to discuss. We're a mission messenger to receive their verdict yet. You follow me, Gavin? There are no known survivors of atroquinine poisoning. But it never hurts to hope.
Nej, fast hon blev förgiftad också, eller hur?
Ja. Fast inte tillräckligt för att dö, sa de.
Nej, precis. Hon svimmar bara.
Right, wait. Yeah, Gavin? Would you mind leaving that letter? It's private. Oh, sorry, I forgot I have it. Many thanks.
Ja.
Danganronpa.
Ja, det är ju Mason.
Ja.
Nej! What the fuck? Okej. Vad fan var det där? Det är så löjligt.
All right. Wait.
Den hade du inte förväntat dig, va?
No. We've now seen all the clues in this case. Clues I gathered over 7 long years. Now it is time. Every story has an ending. We come to the final chapter, the final trial. Find the truth, you're the only ones who can.
Oh, to be continued. Vad heter nästa steg då?
Trial antar jag?
Ja.
Det var väl investigation.
Det var det. Trial.
Ja, det var bara trial day 2, det var inte så jävla...
Nej,
Det var inte så kreativt.
inte så
Day
kreativt.
2 bara. Känns som vi är på day 4.
Ja, men det är hela Mason-grejen har ju tagit en jävla tid. Ja, jag hämtar lite vatten och bara springer ut och röka. Jag kommer snart.
Ja.
Vi kör en sån här liten fuling här. Vänta. Så. Yes, ska vi se hur långkörare det här blir nu då. Apollo blev just en Looney Tunes episod. Ja. Ja, men det var ju oväntat.
Det var väldigt märkligt.
Welcome to court. 7 years. All leading to one verdict. A verdict which you must decide. Is the defender Vera Misham innocent or guilty? Vi vet ju att hon är innocent. The courtroom doors are opening. The trial awaits. Are you ready to begin? Oh. Okay. Something inside me rising, surfacing. Det tror jag säkert. Ja, nu blir det så här ett Twilight Zone avsnitt där alla de här minnen som Phoenix har samlat ihop mergar i Apollo. Something important, lost long ago. It's close now, so close.
Okej.
De kan inte börja med det där och inte ha någon så här jättepombastisk musik till. Kom igen nu.
Court is now in session for the trial of Mira Misham.
Defense
Defense is ready, Your Honor.
Nej, nu kan jag köra Apollo. Defense is ready, okej. Så du ska prata med dig själv alltså?
Prosecutor's ready to rock. Ja, det är väl sista chansen jag får nu. Prosecutor Gavin, how is the defender Mira Misham's condition? Du kan göra klavier om du vill. Acute obstruction är poisoning according to acquisition.
Nej, men jag är inte bra på dialekt som du är.
You could die at any time. Gas absence from the courtroom today.
What? They can't put on trial right after being here.
It is unusual.
They should wait for her to get better and do it then. It's so bureaucratic of them.
That's being a little harsh. They can't delay the trial any longer. Or you risk having no one left to try. Ja, det är viktigt att vi får domen innan hon dör. Det är det viktigaste.
Det är det viktigaste.
Själv att a verdict can only cause grief. The records of this case and experience tell us this. Apologies to the defendant, but the show must go on. Right, if Vera dies, the trial will be cancelled. I'm not going to let that happen. Mr. Wright told me everything that's been going on behind the curtain all these years. I'm going to get Vera her innocent verdict while there's still time.
Jag säger att det mördade i hans huvud.
Very well, your opening statement, Prosecutor Gavin. Prosecutor's case is unchanged by recent events. Why did Vera Misham succumb to poison? Because she couldn't live with the guilt of what she'd done. Nu hittar du på motiv igen. Not Vera was poisoned with atropine. The exact same poison that took her father's life. Det var inte ett jättebra motargument, Apollo.
Nej.
What better confession could you ask for?
Ja, men då har vi fått den i alla fall. Och vi har ju allt det
How
här.
the fuck fick vi den?
Ja, men Apollo sa ju att Phoenix har berättat allting för oss.
Ja. The killer should have had access to the poison. Ja, exakt. Significant since it's rather hard to come by. That is true. In other words, I see no need to further discussion. You could have had a big yesterday. Well, Mr. Justice. If you have no objections, I see no reason to postpone a verdict. Ska vi kalla upp Phoenix som vittne nu?
Vi får väl se.
What we need to worry about isn't the verdict but the trial itself. The defense holds that Vera Misham is the victim, not the killer. If that's so, then you have to prove something. She was in court giving a testimony before us.
Sen svimmar hon.
Och hon ska också förgifta sig själv här då.
Ja.
How do you propose a killer poisoned her? Well, incidentally, it would be nice if you told us who your mystery killer was. Prosecution's objection is sustained. Has the defense to prove its claims to this court? Tell us how Vera Misham was poisoned. I have two things to prove here. Who did it and how? Which did it first?
How?
How did the killer poison Vera Misham? I focused first on the method used. And the comments before we begin, Prosecutor Gavin? Not a bottle or container of the poison was found on the defender's body. Då är det var väl ett motargument för att hur förgiftar hon sig själv då?
Precis, Gavin. Det får du förklara.
Ja. Nej, det behöver man inte göra sen. Det är bara... Hon bara fick i sig giftet.
Det är det viktigaste.
Ja, so the victor of poisoning is unknown. Is the defense prepared to prove how the poison reached their mission? Of course, your honor.
Då vill jag nog spara ifall att vi har fel. Så. Det är inte kaffekoppen. Och det här är ju Truces.
Men det är ju, har vi kvar nagelflaskan eller?
Ja, det har vi här.
Det måste ju vara den.
Men det här är ju i hans cell, inte hennes. Men vi kan testa. Men då måste det vara Gavin som förgiftar henne.
Jag tänker det. Watch this, my, what a beautiful bottle. I'd like to give whoever designed that a hand. Is that nail polish? It's colorless. Ah. Something the matter? No, nothing. Nothing at all. So the killer put poison in this bottle. And made her drink it. I suppose the Gavin has told us this is nail polish. Nail polish? It's like paint for nails. Know any women with red nails?
Just det, och såg du inte? Hon håller på att bita dig på naglarna när vi pratar med henne.
Ja.
Är det så hon har fått
har
i sig?
alltid den här med sig. Då.
Ja. Men är det så att hon fått
Ja.
i sig i skiten, Lenka?
Kanske. Men har han en fru? My wife's red nails. I see. So she's been painting them all this time. Då är det ju ännu märkligare att han håller på att flirta med alla kvinnliga väkten hela tiden.
Japp.
Så kom jag.
Det är väl enda chansen han får, vet du.
Where was testifying to the court. Då hoppas hans fru blir domare.
Det är det. Där. Hon biter på naglarna.
Ja, hon biter på naglarna hela tiden. Ja.
Exakt.
Whenever Vera became nervous, she had a habit of biting her nails. Her nails. Prosecutor Gavin. And the prosecution had Vera examined. Did they check her nails? I Bailiff. Have they checked the defender's nails at once, Mr. Justice? Yes. Do you know who did this? Ja, men det måste vara Gavin då. You know who put poison in that nail.
Men det kan du säga Gavin och Christoph. Inte han som står framför oss.
Det kanske var båda. That bottle belongs to Vera Mission. Why do you ask? Know someone else who might have a bottle like this?
Like your brother.
No, just checking. Mr. Justice, you're about to accuse someone of poisoning that bottle of nail polish. Please dispense with the shatter. You realize the weight of this accusation? Here, let me show you. Understood, Your Honor. No problem. I know what I'm doing this time.
Ja, det måste ju vara Christoph.
Then let us ask. Who poisoned Vera Misham's with her nail polish?
Christoph.
What's this? Christoph Gavin? What's your game? My boy, there's no way you could do a thing like that. You should know that better than anyone else. Indeed. Years behind bars. I know. However, that doesn't mean it wasn't possible to do what they did. Nej, han verkar ha lite, ganska mycket frihet där inne. Vad?
Sen kan det vara så att Vera kanske hälsar på honom eftersom de var ju ganska bra vänner och han målade hennes naglar.
Drew sa ju att han hade en spell över han också. Så.
Ja, just det.
Ask yourself when he put the poison in the bowl. It could have been yesterday. It could have been a month ago. Maybe it was a year ago. Maybe, or perhaps it was 7 years ago. But Christoph Gavin had no motive for killing this poor girl. It's simply inconceivable. Prosecutor Gavin doesn't seem to think so.
Han svettas så in i helvete.
That face tells me one thing. Christoph Gavin's own younger brother doesn't find it inconceivable at all. Well, Prosecutor Gavin, if you feel there's a clear and pressing need, then we may have to summon Christoph Gavin from jail.
Ska du läsa alla?
Nej, han kan du ta det.
Okej då.
I've known for some time that an impenetrable darkness... Oh, vänta. I've known for some time that an impenetrable darkness lurked at the bottom of this. A darkness that has swallowed even myself. Okay. The defense wish is granted. Let prisoner Christoph Gavin take the stand. Bailiff, begin proceedings to call a special witness. The witness is Christoph Gavin, currently residing in solitary cell 13 at Central Prison.
Gotcha, motherfucker. Ah, your honor. How nice to see you again.
It's been quite a while, hasn't it?
To what I owe the pleasure of your company. It's not every day I'm summoned from my solitary cell. In fact, it's never.
I think you already know, Mr. Christoph Gavin.
Ah, Mr. Justice. I hear you've been doing quite well for yourself.
Fuck. Why do I feel like someone is still my boss?
Stiff upper lip, Apollo. You can do it.
Does this bar look familiar?
Aridonian nail polish. Why yes, I use it myself. As did the late defendant, I hear.
He's not dead yet.
And was there something concerning this bottle you wish to talk to me about? I admit I respect her for her taste in nail polish.
Her taste, indeed. This nail polish was how where a mission was poisoned.
Queen, was it?
You're well informed about the case, Mr. Gavin.
Even in solitary, much comes to my desk and I have nothing to do but read. Well, Clavier? Maybe you can explain this?
You're being accused again by him. Again.
Oh, and you agree with this accusation, do you?
Let's hold a proper trial, shall we? Christoph Gavin, your testimony, please.
I'll be delighted.
Charges against you are quite severe, Mr. Gavin. You're suspected of the poisoning of defendant Vera Misham. Please testify on this matter to the court.
Poison Vera. Only the same nail polish does not the murder make. I have been in solitary confinement for half a year. How could I poison her? Her father died of the same poison, the meaning of which should be clear. The prosecution case holds. She poisoned her father, then attempted to poison herself. Surely you aren't going to suggest I was responsible for poisoning her father too?
Well, I'm afraid the defense's claim is sounding rather unlikely.
Naturally. For one, I don't even know the missions. Ah, then. Isn't that so, Mr. Justice?
Very well, Mr. Justice. Begin your cross-examination. Accusing Christoph Gavin, my ex-boss. But I know he possibly poisoned the missions. The question is when could he have done it? Not to mention why.
Det är ju frågan nu, va? Vart vi ska börja någonstans. Åh! Ser du?
Ja,
Vi ska perceiva tydligen. Men han rör sig väl inte så mycket. Ja, det kan vara den där då. För det ser...
med pose.
Ja, för det ser man ju inte ögonen. Ser du någonting? Nej. Nope. Det borde vara där vid Poisoning Her Father 2. Men då är frågan, göra någonting annat? Och där har han ett R.
Ja, hur? Gör de
Ja.
något med det?
Ser du inte?
Ja.
Han spänner
Ja,
sig.
Jo. Ja, det gjorde han.
Gotcha.
Där. Ja. Dramatiskt.
Japp.
And we're back in the Shadow Realm. It was you who killed the mission.
Well, of word of your new mentor, Mr. Wright.
Oh really? But you see, I saw it. Right when you said her father too. Your hand tensed unnaturally and a little devil appeared to give me the news.
And let's assume for the sake of argument that you saw me being tense. What does that mean? Are all tense witnesses guilty? And tell me, was Drew Mission found of nail polish too?
Or there was more one way to poison a man. You don't need nail polish to get to someone's mouth.
Ah. And I must be very talented indeed. You see, Drew Mission was killed on October 6th. While I was already in my solitary confinement cell at Central Prison. If that's not an alibi, then I don't know what is.
But you found a way, all the same. And I found it too.
Är det frimärket vi ska... Eller är det gula?
This is how you posted Mr. Mission. Ja, frimärket är ju så han dödade Mr. Mission.
Ja, men då tar vi frimärket.
I'm sure this commemorative stamp requires no introduction. The night Mr. Mission died, he was seen writing a letter. Battery Queen was found on this stamp, Mr. Gavin.
So, am I to understand the stamp was the murder weapon?
Yes, you are. Oh, and yeah. Oh, and this stamp was found in your prison cell. Utropstecken, utropstecken, utropstecken.
Huh? Mhm. Gotcha.
That is all. Your Honor.
Your honor.
Order, order, order. Poison on the back of the stamp. After the mission was killed, someone paid a visit to his witness's cell. Penis right.
Daddy?
That's when he found the stamp. You made Drew Mission write your letter. That's how you killed him.
My. You have set my poor brother to the point of uselessness. Allow me to clarify this matter, Justice. All you need to do is recall witness Spark Brushell's testimony. Mm-hmm. He was looking for a stamp, ergo he had no intention of using this stamp.
What are you getting?
What I'm arriving at is that this commemorative stamp was in a frame. It was mere coincidence that he used it that night. Nej, men han ville ju att det här brevet säger ju klart och tydligt att han ska använda frimärket här.
Ja.
With the enclosed stamp within 3 days.
That would seem to be the case.
Or perhaps you mean to suggest that I somehow manipulated coincidence? Mm-hmm.
Does have a point. How would this victim know if the victim was going to use that stamp? Without that he couldn't have planned the murder.
Jo, han skulle ju mörda honom för 7 år sedan.
Va?
Really, Clavier? You should be seen through these weak-spined bluffs by now.
He's right though.
Jag har nog aldrig sett Clavier så här tyst.
Nej, how could anyone have known Mr. Mission would you use the stamp that night? Just all Christopher Gavin locked away in his cell. Well... Seems the defenses ran out of things to say.
You assume he had something to say in the first place? I believe the defense bluff has been called. Nej, det är du va?
The defense's bluff. Not sure I agree with you there, Christoph.
Clavier? Oh,
Honestly, I wanted to believe you.
brorsan går emot honom.
It's a really turnabout succession.
Mhm.
But the defense wasn't trying to get away with a bluff. You were Christoph. What are you saying, Prosecutor Gavin? Half forehead. What was your accusation again? Huh? Oh, it was that this poison stamp killed Toro Misham, yeah. Which my brother responded thusly. There's no way to know when Misham would use the stamp. Yes, that's right, which is why it couldn't have been planned.
Mhm.
Tell me, it needs to be planned. Why? Why couldn't it have been a coincidence? Francis case is simply that Toro Misham died by that stamp, that's all. Coincidence. Christopher tried to slip out from under this accusation by changing the subject. That's not bluffing. What is it?
What are you up to, Clavier?
I could ask you the same question, Christoph.
Heh. I silenced the defense with the fewest words possible. It's called efficiency.
But Mr. Gavin, that's impermissible testimony.
Very well, I shall take his claim head on then. Justice?
En second.
Yep. You accuse me of Drew Misham's murder, yes? Then allow me to ask you, what possible reason should I have to kill a painter? Apollo motive, he's talking about a motive.
Indeed. It's hard to see how an attorney could come who want to kill a painter.
Nej, han ville bara få bort vittnen.
So why didn't they bring up the motive from the very beginning? Unless he was afraid it was a battle he might lose.
So what does it mean?
It means there might be a weak spot. Maybe I have some evidence to prove a motive. Oh, my bracelet is tightening.
Japp. Vad dramatiskt du är.
A motive for murder. Det är ju slutspurten. This is vital if not the most vital element in this case.
Så har du slutspruten först. Fuck.
Nej, jag sa slutspurten, det hörde du väl?
Ja, okej.
Please consider this when making your statement.
Ja, men det är väl antingen får vi väl svara eller så får vi väl ta det där röda brevet, va?
Say it about this one.
Mhm.
Inte mer.
Nej.
That's pretty vital. Well, Mr. Justice, I'm going through with this no matter what. Understood, Your Honor. I'd like to present evidence. Then let's see what you have for us. What reason did Christoph Gavin have for wanting to murder? Wait, what reason?
Det är väl den där. Eftersom det här var ju forgered. Eller hur? Det måste vara den.
Ja. Ja.
Japp.
Christoph Gavin's motive becomes clear when we consider why the stamp came to the Misham studio in the first place. And why was that?
Smack.
Forgery, Your Honor. Go back 7 years. Commission accepts his first job creating forged evidence. I've seen that before. Page from a diary, wasn't it? Magnified Grammar's diary.
When Attorney Phoenix Wright lost his badge, yes. This was the evidence he presented to his loss.
This evidence is a fake, yes. But did Mr. Wright request the forgery be made? That was never proven.
Ska det bli Phoenix Wrights Redemption eller?
Kanske. Det är väl därför han har varit så på det här.
Ja, kanske.
The defense attorney on that case was Phoenix Wright. Who other than him drank with the prospect of victory could have done it? And why would they? Just out of curiosity. You remember this letter? This is the first page.
Mm.
And this is the second page.
Jag hoppas inte. Jo, vad fan!
Yeah. Yep. Sure is. Those were presented in court yesterday. This is Chewbacca. This letter was sent to Drew Bertram by the client to request a forgery. The enclosed stamp was none other than the poisoned commemorative stamp. Drew Mitchum drew his last breath just the other day. However, the motive for his murder was already 7 years old. 7 years old? Client who requested his forgery was very cautious. What? Tried to erase anything and anyone with connections to the forgery. To keep them from talking.
Mm-hmm.
But he made a mistake.
Okay, so I kept it.
Regn. Killer's time bomb was delayed. Poison stamp was sealed within a glass frame, where it sat for 7 whole years.
Men borde giftet verkligen hålla sig i 7 år då?
Jag funderar också på det. Half course. Do you understand what you're telling us? The one who skimmed up the forged diary page was this one who poisoned the stamp. And it was Phoenix Wright who presented the forged evidence 7 years ago. Jo, men han fick den av
Trucy.
The two statements together. The one who skimmed to kill the commission. Ja, det var Phoenix.
Mhm.
Was none other than Phoenix Wright.
Bullshit.
Sorry, but that's not how this is going to go down. Oh, then how will it go down? Check through the record on that case. When I found this 7 years ago, just before the trial began. Yep.
Hmm.
One more thing. Phoenix Wright was put on the case the day before the trial started. He didn't have time to request a forgery.
Nej, det är sant.
The day before. Now here's a question. Just who was Shady Enigma's previous defense attorney? Kristoff!
Ja, det måste vara Kristoff.
No, it can't all be Mia, but it's all true. There was another man, a defense attorney with a badge on his collar. It was you, Kristoff Gavin. Ode. What is the meaning of this witness? I mean defendant, formula.
Let me begin by denying this.
It's enough to look up, Mr. Gavin.
And impossible to prove if you can't. Returns are registered with the court the day before the trial begins. In other words, no record remains in the court. How exactly did you intend to prove Ring's rights claim?
That would be difficult. Maybe we find things that we want to use.
Men borde det inte finnas en sån här letter of inquiry som man får av sin, vet du det, sin...
Men vi får inte dem i det här spelet.
Nej just det, okej då.
Are you sure you don't have evidence?
What's wrong with Prosecutor Gavin? He looks clammy.
Evidence. Evidence that showed this man, Christoph Gavin, requested that forgery 7 years ago.
Klavier.
Just prove it.
Okej, men hur fan ska vi bevisa det? Är det där brevet igen? Men den har de ju redan pratat om.
Inte det gula brevet. Be up this thoughts now as we are of this case.
Jo. You must have thought of some evidence, Apollo.
Och skriver även också sin physical pain. That darkness. I have to pull that darkness out of it and proof is the only way I can. What proves Christoph Gavin's link to the mission?
Mhm.
Well, Mr. Justice, you claim Christoph Gavin requested a forgery of room mission 7 years ago. Prove it.
Vadå prove it? Ja men för 7 år sedan, då måste det vara det röda brevet, ja, men vi tar det gula.
It can be proven.
Simply ridiculous. Why even discuss it? This evidence does not...
Are you telling the truth, Apollo Justice? I am. Then I say we give it the benefit of the doubt. Very well, but if you're wrong about this, you are prepared a penalty.
Your Honor, you do the defense an injustice. Mr. Justice is clearly passionate about his claim. Should the penalty not match his passion? Åh, 4 jävlar! Nu snackar vi. Han dubblade penalty. Mhm.
Och det är väl inte Christoph som bestämmer?
Nej.
I haven't given a penalty like that in a long time. Well, Mr. Justice. Fine, Your Honor. All I have to do is prove any kind of link. Something that ties Christoph Gavin to Drew mission.
Ja men då måste det vara det gula brevet, för det är ju... Varför skulle han annars Drew skicka ett brev till honom?
And I have something that clearly does the job. Very well, Mr. Justice, present your evidence. Show us the link between our witness and Drew mission.
Japp.
This evidence proves there's a link.
Har Apollo blivit judge?
Han vill inte få penalty vet han.
That scrap of paper? I'm afraid I can't let you submit that.
Ja, vi har snott den, is there some problem?
There is? How could you possibly have that? You couldn't. Hey, that is handwriting.
Mr. Wright's handwriting, what is the meaning of this?
Oh, I see now. Yes, of course.
What do you mean, of course?
I just remembered I had a visitor yesterday. Phoenix Wright came to my cell. Except I wasn't there.
Phoenix Wright?
When I returned, I saw he had something of mine in his possession. Bytte han breven alltså? Eller? Of course, I had no intention of letting him get away with reading my private mail.
Maybe you mean this letter was in your cell?
No. However, it appears Mr. Wright has yet to be cured of his bad forging habit. Ja, säkert.
Well, if it's a forgery, it's not a very good one. The handwriting's terrible. This is Mr. Wright's reproduction of what was written in the real letter. Reproduction? Mr. Wright visited Christoph Gavin's cell. He brought with him a small video camera.
What?
He recorded his entire conversation with you, Mr. Gavin. And the contents of your personal mail.
Smart. Regardless, this mockery of a piece of evidence will never be accepted by the court. Evidence based on a video a man with no authority whatsoever claims he took. A man who happens to be an ex-attorney suspected of forgery.
Prosecutor Gavin. Prosecutor
Gavin. As embarrassing as this is for me to say, I'm afraid my brother is incapable of making rational judgments at the moment. Your Honor, your decision, please.
Bench's claim is denied.
What?
Only actual evidence is permitted in a court of law.
Varför kan man inte titta på videon för då?
Please remove the defense's evidence from the record.
Vad fan? Better luck next time, Justice. Failar vi alltså?
Well, we've certainly taken a detour from our cross-examination. The defense appeared to be lacking proof. We'll stand the cross-examination of Christoph Gavin at this point.
Paolo, do something.
I'm thinking, but without evidence, I don't have anything I can use on him. Very well, they changed the special witnesses cross-examination.
Ja.
Shows all the other cloud schemes for more. Only now do I understand why. Prosecutor Gavin. Frankly, I'm relieved. This has been bothering me for 7 years. And I'm trying to hold youthful Agstein. Now's our chance. Let's clean out the family closet here, Christoph.
Clavier, you're spinning out of control. Calm yourself before you say something you'll regret.
Spinning out of course control. Mine or yours?
Take a moment to consider everything you've built. Your reputation as a prosecutor, your fame with the masses. You could lose it all, Clavier. Apollo, did you see that? He's trying to press Prosecutor Gavin.
Stop badgering the witness, Prosecutor Gavin. Try to remember what's really important to you. Don't use me head forehead. Couldn't forget what's really important to me, even if I tried. In fact, I haven't. Not even once. 7 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Ja, det var att det var fake evidence.
Ja, men hur visste Clavier om det då?
Ja du. Familiar with the trial, I watched the video several times. Didn't you find anything unnatural about it? Unnatural? Well, you did seem unusually well prepared. The trial news presented his evidence, and the next moment you call in remission. It was almost as if, but. Funny, it didn't occur to me to wonder. But now that I do, I see there's only one possible explanation. Almost as if from the very beginning, you knew Mr. Rice was going to present that evidence. Wait. I knew that if I applied the usual pressure, Prince White would eventually come up with that forged diary page.
Don't do this, Clavier.
Yeah, because you told me to start.
Mhm. The fuck.
Was the night before the trial.
Klavier.
Christoph Odds knew at the prosecutor's office the day before the trial.
Klart han håller på.
Mhm.
I won't be appearing in the trial actually.
Why not?
I won't be facing off with you on your first trial apparently. But in exchange I brought information.
Information. Attorney.
The attorney who will be in my place tomorrow is not to be trusted. Don't even give him the benefit of your respect. Listen. I want you to call in a special witness. Then
Wondered about it. At the time. How did Christoph know so much? Prosecutor Gavin. Christoph. You're supposed to face this other in a trial. A fair fight, brother to brother. I deserve that much. Yes, we borrow the victim's belongings. You showed me all your research on the case.
the victim's belongings?
Which would have included Magnifying Styler, wouldn't it? Mr. Gavin?
My, Clara, you disappoint me. You find trees, yet miss the forest.
You're the one missing the forest, Mr. Gavin. You can't sweep this under the rug. Not anymore. Tell me what was going on behind the trial.
Why not? I've achieved what I came here to do. I see no harm in a little reminiscing. Apollo.
We're finally going to shine a light on the black belly of this swinging cruiser. We've done everything we could. I hope it's enough.
7 years ago, the day before the trial, I visited the detention center at the request of my client, Zach Ramray. 2 cards. Då spelar de poker alltså. 1 card. Showdown time.
Showdown time.
Enough. You lose, Gavin. Thanks for the work. Now go. Jag bara svara på ett sms. To be honest, I don't know what his reason were to this day. As far as I could tell, he dismissed me as his representation because I lost in a game of poker. I can come to no other conclusion. Daddy used to say something. If you want to know a man, you have to compete.
Jack wasn't watching his points or the cards. He was watching the man behind the card. Christoph Gavin.
I couldn't believe it. Phoenix Wright, a second-rate attorney who relies on luck and bluffs. He dismissed me and went with that pitiful excuse for a man. He deserved to die for that error alone.
Hold it! So the one who requested the forgery was...
Oh, I'm not admitting to anything. My point is, these 2 men shaded me and I could not forgive that. Phoenix Wright and Zach Ramray both deserved what they got. Ja, det var därför han bad om forgery så att Phoenix Wright skulle bli av med sin... ser du? Det twitchar i hans mun. Och sen dödade han ju Zach.
to ask me the mission to forge that evidence. So you could win. But then when you were dismissed as Zach Grammarized attorney, you used to forge the evidence as a trap. You felt me information of the failure you made. Then you gave your dirty evidence to him.
You're free to imagine what you will. My point is that all I had imagined came to pass. Everything went perfectly. Ha!
Incredible if he wasn't laughing, I'd weep. Prosecutor Gavin. Perfectly? You're mad, Christoph. Stop fooling yourself.
What are you talking about, Clavier?
Tell me, how did that trial end? Cancelled when the defendant vanished. Ah, I get it. So, Christoph, you've been living in fear for 7 years.
What?
You're afraid your forgery would be revealed and your reputation thrashed. You can't leave things to chance. So you watched everyone involved with the case for 7 years.
Precis being watched.
Rubbed off. Wait just a minute. That grammar was seen by this reporter. How is that possible? Was he alive after being gone 7 years? Finally. I knew this moment was coming. Just didn't think we'd get here so fast. Zach Grammer gone missing for 7 years to his father.
What's wrong, Apollo? Go get him.
Right, leave it to me. Allow me to refresh the court's memory.
Kan jag ta en rak paus bara? För det här kan ju hålla på i 2 timmar till eller 1 timme.
Yes, sure.
Jag kommer snart. Yes, slutspurten nu då. Kan vi sätta dit honom tror du?
6 months ago, Christoph Gavin was charged with murdering a mysterious traveler. I remember him quite well. Shady Smith was it? Poisoning in a Chinese restaurant. Kinesisk restaurang, ja.
Med
It
en
don't really matter now, right now.
med servitris som pratar ryska.
What matters is that traveler was sacked Grammar.
What is it, Apollo?
Huh?
Keep going. We'll talk about it later. Okay.
Did she already know? Att de är syskon, eller halvsyskon.
Kanske.
Someone please explain this. Mr. Justice, can you explain this? That started 7 years ago. The great magician my grammarized death started it. My grammarized death and his student Zack Grammar the suspect. Whoever defended Zack in court successfully will be famous beyond belief. Thinking that, Christoph Gavin did the unthinkable. He forged evidence. Drew Misham. Actually, well, this Walter Berra really did the work. It took precautions when he had that forgery made, didn't you, Mr. Gavin? Precautions? Keep people from talking, of course.
These two know too much.
Oh, no.
Leave them alive and there'll be nothing but trouble.
That's when you planned your poisoning of the forgers. Apply to a common but tips them. But luck was on Mr. Misham's side. The bomb didn't go off. Förstår. She saved him by taking the stand by she. But that wasn't the only bomb he set up. The Ariadon nail polish, of course. You noticed something when you requested that forgery? When Vera Misham is nervous, he has a bad habit. A tendency to bite her nails. That nail polish was a good luck charm. It was his insurance. Insurance? Long as you live quietly at home, there was no danger for that.
God damn it.
Hur mycket ska jag göra det där då? What if she had to go outside? She ran into a trouble, she become nervous. And the nail polish would do that fast. His time bomb sat there for 7 years. And then they went off almost simultaneously.
Maja, nu måste du fråga mig. Du måste komma.
If you're finished, may I return to my cell now? I'm not accustomed to standing for such long periods of time.
Mr. Gavin, have you heard a single thing we've said?
Oh, I listened quite closely to your little tale. Quite an entertaining piece of fiction.
Andra var vita.
What?
Clavier, surely you understand.
We're back to the evidence. Still lacking evidence. Nothing proves a link between him and that Queen that took Drew Misham's life.
Det har vi väl om de går och kollar en cell, men han har väl kastat det där brevet nu antar jag.
Det får väl anta.
Bro, jag blir inte sprängd. För alla andra lag. Alla andra är vita, bro. Och mamma och pappa har en blå. Bra, bro.
Come on. Okay.
So, what about the restaurant? You killed Zach Grammar. To keep him from talking.
I killed no man of that name. Read over the report again, if you like. The victim was a traveler by the name of Shady Smith, about whom we know little else. You can seriously think I knew he was that particular fugitive?
Okay, then why did you kill him?
I plead my right to remain silent. Remember, this court did not convene to put me on trial. The defendant's name is Vera Mission, suspected in the murder of her father. My trial has been finished for 6 months now.
We stayed considerably from our purpose. Vad var det så?
Varför är det så svårt?
This court concurs with this witness. This defendant, Vera Mission, who is on trial here.
No, but you were doing so well, Apollo.
As long as there is no evidence to support accusation against him, this court of inquiry cannot find Vera Mission innocent. Your Honor, Phoenix Wright spent 7 years collecting this evidence.
You still don't get it, do you? Let us assume there was poison in the nail polish. Who then were responsible for causing Vera Mission to bite her nails?
What?
Ja, nu dog min kontroll också.
Aha.
So. It wasn't me, I know that much. The one who brought that poison to her lips was you.
Vad?
Ja, vi gjorde väl henne nervös. Evidence is everything, there's nothing more.
Your discussion has reached its conclusions. Your Honor? Mr. Justice. You have performed admirably well for a novice attorney. Respect your partner, Phoenix Wright's determination as well.
However, without the direct proof, you have nothing. Isn't that right, Clavier?
Unfortunately, yes, Christoph, you're right. That is, you would have been right until now.
Okej.
För det är
What?
det jurist system.
Ja, just det.
Det är det nya lagsystemet. Did the news not reach your desk in solitary? The eyes of the nation on this courtroom today. This is the trial case for the new judicial system. That's right. I totally forgotten.
Ja, jag också, Apollo.
The jury system. Jag undrar när de ska komma tillbaka med det här.
Juries to say?
The judicial system has been deemed too closed off from society. This new system attempts to inject the wisdom of common citizens into the law.
Common citizen wisdom? Is this some kind of a joke? What could be possibly gained by doing this, entrusting our judicial system to a mindless emotional mob of irrational mouth breathers?
Common citizens have something called common sense. Common sense is not restricted by the law.
And nonsense. There's only room for two in this court, me and the law. Keep the riffraff out. Out, I say.
They're not in the court actually, they're watching everything by video camera.
Titta, han börjar breaka nu. How can you allow this?
Incidentally, only one responsible for making this happen was Phoenix Wright.
Phoenix Wright? Åh nej, nu exploderar han. So everything was leading to this, of course. Right. Åh jävlar.
Oj.
This is my final form!
Okej.
Vadå? I won't accept, I can't accept. This is no court. Law, the law is everything. Law is absolute. You let ignorant swine soil your courts.
Kristoff. It's over.
Kikilavi!
The law is absolute. You can't steer us.
What?
Although I thought you spent your life looking at loopholes.
Dragon. Ja, nästan faktiskt.
The law isn't absolute. It's filled with contradictions. The law is the end product of many years of history, the fruit of human knowledge. Like a gem polished or gleamed through trials and errors. It is fruit we receive and pass on and face in our time. And it is always changing, growing, nurturing. It is our task as human beings. Except for you, Kristoff, you aren't changing, you stop. You're not needed anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't think of anything to say. Maybe because I still haven't seen enough. But someday I'll know what law is. And I'll fight to change it if I have to.
Jaha.
You no need to further prolong this trial. This began as a trial for Vera accused of murdering her father. Tainted Vera, however. Several other incidents were reviewed and we have seen who have reached a conclusion. For this court declares a verdict, I wait your decision. Jurists of the court,
Det betyder att vi måste göra en val här nu, eller?
maybe. For the death of Vera, how do you find the defendant Vera? Innocent or guilty? I turn to you now to consider this matter.
Ja, titta. Nej. Jag trodde man skulle få se någon videolänk. Juris Chambers.
This ends the trial for this case.
Inte det Phoenix.
Only the verdict remains to be decided. Kanske. Defendant Vera is currently in intensive care. If a decision cannot be reached today, it may never be reached. The factors involved are simple.
Okej.
Did the defendant poison her father that night? If so, she is guilty. Or was there another reason for Mr. Mission's death? Did another person poison him? If so, she is innocent. Ja, tack Phoenix. Om hon gjorde det.
Ja, hon gjorde det.
Inte. Så hon inte skyldig. A panel has been provided for each of you to input your decisions. That is all.
Please,
why?
think of the children! Och vi får inte spara heller, okej.
Yes, jurist number 6. There's something in the jurist handbook here. Persons involved with the case may not be jurists. That is correct. I've looked into all your dossiers. None of you were involved with the development of the case. With the development of the case? I see. Där är Lamir var. Does that answer your concern?
Förmodligen.
It's time for your verdicts. Make your decision in the case against Vera Mission. After 7 years, the truth is ready to be heard. Judge wisely. Judge well. I'll see you in the next game.
Jo, det är Lamimrar, det ser
Jag
man
sa ju det. Ja. Jag
Oh.
kommer säga, ja. Kan du göra någonting?
Jo, det är jag som gör.
Oh no!
Men hon måste väl vara not guilty? Det är väl inte hennes fel att hon behöll det där frimärket, tänker jag. Eller? För det var ju ändå Kristoff som ville döda honom.
Är det Vera som... Hon är ju not guilty.
Ja precis, det är Vera här nere. Det är där vi ska svara på nu.
Hon måste väl vara not guilty.
Jag tänker det, för det är inte hennes fel. Vad fan har confirm? Nej. Det fattar jag. Confirm. Åh, titta! Vilken reveal, va?
Verkligen. So verdict for reach on October 9, 2:14 p.m. First verdict under the jury system. Innocent by unanimous decision. This record will show that when the verdict was announced, special witness Christoph Gavin laughed. Laughed louder than any ever heard before or since. A laugh that echoed in the halls of justice, lingering for what seemed like hours. October 10th, 8:30, the morning after the trial. In intensive care where the true miracle occurred. He died. Det hade varit en twist.
Ja, det hade varit en twist.
Where mission opened her eyes.
Vadå, det är ju Phoenix Wrights rum ju. Hickfield Clinic! Woo!
There I'm so glad I...
Don't cry, Apollo. I'm happy too. I'm proud. You did well, Apollo. When I thought about what Vera,
Hey now, don't you start crying too. I'm sorry you had to see us like this. Vera? Thank you so much, Apollo. Thank you. No, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have pressed you like that. De fick inga sjukhuskläder heller, de hade inte plats för den som verkligen. If I hadn't, you never would have bitten your nails. No, I was wrong. Staying locked inside like that, clinging to my good luck charm. There. When I opened my eyes and saw I finally understood. It's important to be a part of the world. To see things with your own eyes. Looks like that poison had some effect after all. Get up whatever was holding Vera back from life.
I knew you'd pull through, Vera. I mean, that's what Apollo was fighting for the whole time. Your future.
I won't forget it. Here, let me thank you.
Ska hon rita en bild, eller?
Jag hoppas det. No really, it's okay.
Ja.
Förra spelet slutade med Larry Butts bilder. Så.
Ja, just det. Oh,
Jag
look!
missade ju nästan alla av dem.
Just det, du det. It's me! I love it, thanks! Ja, det är hans Spike. Ja, det är hans Spike i här. She really captured your essence, Apollo. Well, I think so at least.
That reminds me. You know where the other lawyer is? The other lawyer?
Oh, you mean Daddy? Except he's not a lawyer anymore.
It's my fault, isn't it? I'm sorry.
Oh, no. That's not what I meant.
No, it's okay. I'm true looking away from the things I've done. I hope I can look him in the eyes again someday and apologize. I'm sure you'd be happy to hear that. He brought all those things from you when he came to visit earlier. You mean that stack of videos? Mr. I finished watching them all?
På tal om det. Det här borde inte gå. Den borde
Han är
ramla
magiker.
och den borde ju ramla, men okej.
Han är ju magiker.
Ja, det är sant. You know, I knew my real daddy was alive. I was there 7 years ago, remember? I was the one who helped him vanish from the courtroom. Ja, men det vet vi ju redan.
You did wow!
I'm not telling. He promised me that day went away. We may not meet again for some time, Trucy, but know this, I will be watching, and one day I shall return. You're the next Grammar after all.
Oh, Trucy. In the end, he couldn't keep that promise, could he?
It's okay, Phoenix is my daddy now, even if he can't really play the piano.
That he can't.
Oh, and I've got you too. And if your voice is kind of loud sometimes.
Glad I made your list.
Hey, come to think of it, where is Daddy, the one who can play? Do you know Apollo?
I think he said he had to meet someone.
I wonder. Maybe it's a new mommy. Eller din riktiga mamma kanske.
Oh, Trucy.
Yes, Vera?
I was wondering. Could you show him to me once more? Sir Hat, was it?
Oh, he's not been knighted yet. Here goes. Do us an impersonation, Mr. Hat.
Objection! Not loud enough, and I like Mr. Magic Underwear better anyway.
That's magic panties, Apollo. So, your memory's returned.
Alltså, han ser för löjlig ut när han kollar ner sådär mystiskt.
Ja, det är klart. Nu är det din tur, de la memoir.
Mr. Right, is this all part of your plan too?
I don't know what you're talking about.
When I lost my memory, I was reborn. As la miroir. Do you know my true identity? Did you not? That is why he shows me as one of the jurors.
You're thinking into it too much. Besides, there was no guarantee that regaining your memory would make you happy.
Of course. It is a happy thing.
Ja, det var väldigt roligt att lösa dem tillsammans, men det där musikpusslet kom inte rent helvete. Cool.
Och spelade ni?
Vet inte vad det hette. Koll, vad hette spelet? Ja, det var Kohl som spelade och jag tittade på och försökte lösa lite.
Och så långt I thought I was alone.
Jo, vänta, jag skrev upp det för fan. The Inheritance of a Crimson Manor.
I'm so proud of them. This too, I think, is thanks to you.
Are you going to tell them?
They do not know.
Nope. They don't know their mother. They don't even know their siblings.
I will go from this time, right? Until then,
Don't worry, I'll take care of them for you. Vadå, kommer det här vara i slutet av trilogin eller? They are very important to me too. A little annoying at times, but still. I have to keep an eye on her at least. Because I'm the only one who knows how she really feels on the inside. Your bracelet.
yes.
I've seen a lot of mysterious things these past 7 years. But your bracelets were the strangest of all. I remember meeting him half a year ago now in Christoph Gavin's office. Then I met you. Two fates destined to intertwine, and I was there when they crossed. I'll never forget that.
Such a small thing that I looked at the told her I was away. say during a simple rehearsal. Jo men, kom igen. Alla har redan listat ut det här nu.
Ja.
It's American, no one died, but I didn't survive that accident. That is why I left the truth. My family. Now my memory has returned, I am myself once more. The first time I'm glad to be alive, Mr. White.
Speaking of miracles, Vera Mission regained consciousness this morning. I can only hope she's as glad as you are.
It is a strange thing, fate. Sometimes a life is taken. Sometimes a life is spared.
You know what I've been thinking? People don't die that easily, really. As long as they got something worth living for.
And that's pretty much the end of my story. For now, anyway. We got a long way to go. This power of mine, well, it needs some work. But there's hope now. We lost it, but somehow we found it again. That's why people are smiling again. Hope. And despair. Whoops, training time, gotta go. Court of Steel. Here comes justice!
Oh, herregud. Wow! Det här var första spelet. I'm glad you're staying with the Ignis, Apollo. It's like I found my long lost big little brother. Oh, and you don't worry about Troop Grammar. Truth is on the case. Now that I have this, thanks to Daddy.
Who's Grammar? Frankly, I got my doubts, but Hat Grammar, now they'll tag him in. Hennes bästa trick är ju inte ens ifrån Magnify, det är Mr. Hat.
Ja, det är klart det är.
It's not every day you get a try that rocks harder than one of our gigs, yeah. That's why it's over. The cabinets are breaking up. The news kostar random tissues at supermarkets nationwide.
Ja, säkert.
You're the real stars now. I look forward to our next jam session.
Ja, äntligen så slutar de som rockstars. Well, it's finally over, you know, thinking about it. I've been a piano player longer than I was a lawyer. Now that's everything sorted and I've got time on my hands, maybe I'll take some lessons, or maybe I'll take the bar exam again.
Och vi bara 3 kort. Oj, helvete.
Nej.
Tänkte väl. Det var länge sedan vi såg henne. So I was standing around eating snackoos the other day when I got this crazy idea. What if they were golden? We could all make the crunch, but yet make him ding. The power of science. Although the preservatives might not be 100% safe.
Preserveringsmedel.
Snackoo.
Vi borde få en 15 uppe till vänster då. Är det Apollo? Jo, det borde vara Apollo som kommer nu.
Inte the judge.
Olga.
In a likely event you are wanting a Russian feast, come to Borscht Bowl Club. The only thing colder than restaurant is borscht. But greater challenge is being required.
Varför känner
Come
jag...
to the hideout. Den här revealen gjorde
Okej.
under trialen. You know what to ask for.
Jag tyckte jag kände igen henne.
De låtsades bara att det var en Borscht Bowl Club. Hon var ju någon annan.
Ja. Nej, nu måste Apollo komma. Det är väl det enda kvar. Judgen har ju ingenting att säga. Han fattar ju ingenting om
Det
vad
kan ju
som...
vara vem som helst med tanke på att det just var Olga O'Reilly som var en...
Ja, titta!
Ja. Big plan.
Tokidaki Pastries is getting back to the eastern roots. Spread the culture. Yo, boss, culture time!
This is how we ride route. Cafish.
But we're still giving back to the people. Yo, boss, PR time!
And this is how we write people. Alright.
Not that Wok is paying any attention. Whoa, kids.
Och tredje caset.
Bizarre Chinese characters on cake was a fly like 3,000 years ago. Man, you wanna make it today, you gotta keep it real. You know what I'm saying? Yo, that's why I made the OG cracker for real. And I don't look like no cracker G, but what do you want me to call it? OG muffin? Ja, men då kommer ju Apollo hamna där i mitten sen. I don't know where this all about food. You asked me, there's only one food, and that's noodles. Noodles forever. I got a new one too, see? This time I put a big chunk of salt in the bowl. Oh, fy fan. Why pretend Eldon's noodles is about the salt? Salt forever. Det låter ju äckligt som
Din
satan.
mick försvinner lite då och då.
Gör den?
Mm.
Jaha. Jag vet inte vad det är. Om det är uppkopplingen kanske? Det är ju också, vad fan! My exceptional in question, no natural. Oh, för fan, nej, det här kan jag inte läsa fort. You see, they used to call me Wesley Stinkler and Wesley någonting. But no longer I have a new name on the reflects of my true academic nature. Wesley Sicko reporting. Yes, curiosity is a sickness and I'm the cure. Sicko. Oh. Ja, nu borde det vara slut här.
I don't know how to thank you for all you've done. Light has returned to my life and we did joy. I may have lost years, but I have gained a treasure. 2 treasures, in fact. I will think of them when I write my next song. My implants.
Alltså idiot.
Var inte det jag menar?
Jo, det är klart det han menar.
Oh.
Ja. Russell, here back on the beat with another interview. How do you feel about things turned out? No scoop yet, but journalist confidence in mint condition. End quote.
I've decided to keep painting, originals only of course. I suppose I have to see a bit of the world outside to find what to paint. But I know there are good people out there now. I've met them. The door is open. The world is waiting. Thank you. Han ser väldigt glad ut.
Ja, väldigt.
Wesley Sicko.
Där har de ju.
Mr. Hat.
Ja, han fick ju vara med på det där också.
Mission står det där också.
Japp. Det var det.
Det var det.
Fick en trophy för det också. I like the special bonus in the music and background settings green screen. Vill vi kolla på introt på nästa spel? I guess. Okej, då kör vi. Dual Destinies. Jag hade aldrig kunnat tänka mig att det skulle sluta så här.
Nej, vad i helvete händer det här?
Det ser ut som en anime. Eller en anime. Ja, en bomb. Det där är han ju. fuck är det här? No. Vad har Phoenix gjort nu?
Our dark times, where the law has been reduced to rubble, and it's up to us to restore it to its former glory.
Det är hans mössa i alla fall.
Looks like your target finally decided to make a move. Don't you worry, I've got a trusty new partner on board.
What the fuck? På tal om Pokémon, det där ser ju som Misty från Pokémon.
Vad är med i det här?
Det är hans nya Apollos... hon hade ju en sån här defense badge.
She's been with us for half a year.
Ja.
I can hardly believe it.
Det är Apollo som pratar nu, antar jag.
Anyway, her power will be our greatest weapon.
Ja, hon är klumpig alltså.
Såklart.
Yeah, it's for this very reason I returned.
Nej. Fan, är det där Phoenix Wright? Jo, det är det.
Time to bring it to an end.
Ja, titta. Nu jävlar. Dramatiskt.
Verkligen.
Han är tillbaka! Vad fan händer med Apollo då? Det heter ju Apollo Justice de här spelen ju.
Ja, men han får inte vara med. Han var för tråkig.
Åh, dramatiskt. Det är ju Apollo.
Vad i helvete?
Vad fan hände med hans arm och hans öga?
Perceive.
Vad har vi missat?
Ja du. Var är Dual Destinies eller vad sa du?
Ja. Turnabout Countdown. Det där kallar jag ett intro i alla fall. The best thing about bombs is they erase and destroy without discretion.
Nej, han var Batman-skurk.
Japp. Now all I have
Han
to do
springer
is
till courthouse.
pin everything on that little girl. True, say. Spelar båda? Jaha. Ja. Vad fan, hör du? Ljudet har de ju uppdaterat.
Vad har hänt här? Det är ny grafik också.
Japp, ny grafik. Men det får vi inte ta idag.
Nej.
Så, då är vi klara med ett spel i alla fall. Det tog väl bara typ 50 timmar.
Ja, det...
Var något sånt.
Surely was a game.
Det var det absolut. Vi får hoppas på att det här är lite bättre dock. Men
Vad sa du?
vi får hoppas på att det här är lite bättre dock. Vi får se.
Nej, men jag tyckte ändå det var helt okej overall.
Ja, helt okej. Ja.
Bara synd att jävlar inte var så intressant.
Nej, men vi kanske har tur att nästa kanske blir
Ännu värre.
bättre. Ännu värre, nej det hoppas jag inte. Yes, men vi får väl säga att tack och hej då. Tack för
Ja, tack och
ni
hej.
som var här, så får vi se när vi fortsätter det här härnäst. Men ja, vi hittar nog en lucka ska du säga. Ja, ha det gött. Hej.
Ja, det har det. Hej hej. Ja, men det